Alright guys, it's Kodak back here again to do another comm video. So unlike last time, I'm going to show you the full process. Last time I recorded it, got it started, put the camera down so I can actually finish my work and then put it back in. I didn't have a whole lot of time. Due to the level of haterade that I got on the forums, I thought that I would show you guys the full deal. Because apparently how to cut a comm, got the same setup as before. I've got my speed controller coming out of my low-C into a P2K. It is hard to see the rotation direction in the video, but trust me when I say that it is rotating in this way. The comm is going up, it is rotating like this, just very, very fast. The direction of my blade, if it'll focus in here, you'll see that it is cutting to the left and down, which means that the comm needs to spin up like this, which is exactly what it's doing. Now, I made one small change. I adjusted the end point of my lathe here so that I can move the motor all the way this way and cut it back down to the left. So you can see here that in the last week I've managed to untrue it again from 3-cell usage. Today I am running a 2-cell Tamiya shaped LiPo. This is pretty cool because it lets you run LiPo in RC cars that aren't designed for it, and it rocks. I like this thing. So got everything hooked up, got the motor out. This is the same one as last week. I'm rocking the 15-turn quad winding. Today I did it a little bit differently though. I went ahead and left the end bell attached, and I simply took the pinion off, loosened the 2 screws. Now the ones you want to loosen are that one and that one right there. And then you can simply give it a little twist and the end bell will pop right off. Then you can pull the armature out. You don't have to take the springs off the brushes to pull the end bell off, just be very gentle. But you should probably pull those springs out to put it back on, because those brushes, you can see the brushes there, they sit in the center and they will make it hard to get the armature back in there. And looks like I'm getting some uneven brush wear, so I may end up swapping those. This is a comm brush. You can actually use this to clean the comm. Don't know what it's made out of. It feels like fiberglass or something like that. Don't use this end. Don't use that end. Use this end. And what you do is you just kind of stick it in the you pull your brush out and you put this in and you spin the motor over by hand. If your end bell is big enough, you can get it in there with it running. If you very carefully and at low speed run it, it'll make the job a little quicker, but it's better to pull the brush out, pop this in and clean it. So a little bit more the old lost tech. So let's get down to the business of cutting. I've already made a pass, and as you can see here, the marker test tells me that I've still got some low spots. I don't know how well you can see this in the video, but the comm is actually mirror shiny. It is very, very clean. This is the same cutting tool as last time, and it is definitely not damaged. Again, I don't know why all the hate. I really don't. I was just trying to do you guys a favor, show the youngins what it was like for us oldens when we had to cut comms every week. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to start this up. Smell electric motor. It's hard to describe, but if you smell it, it will remind you of all kinds of toys you had from your childhood. It is a very pleasant odor to me. It reminds me of electric trains and Tyco. Okay, we're going to come in a little bit more. Alright, we are cutting. You can see the black disappearing in one nice big shiny line. Be very careful. Okay, and we back it off. Back it back up. And I'm going to stop it. Alright, let's get a look at this comm here. You can see that it is hella shiny. It is mirror shiny. But we still got some low points here. There we go. Now we back it off. And let's get a look at it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that. Not without taking a lot more off. There's still a little bit of an apple core shape to it, but again, I really don't want to push my luck with this motor. But here, let's take it off, get it over here in the light. And I don't know how well you can see that, but this looks like a mirror. It is very shiny. Just a little bit of black there in between the things. Oh, and let's get the crud out of there. I'm not seeing a whole lot of it, but here, let's do it anyway. And you know, I only have two hands, so this is going to be a little awkward, but just for the naysayers out there, I'll do you one better than an X-Acto. Got a scalpel here, so let's clean that out. Just knock that out of there. Again, you want to be very careful. Copper is not the hardest metal. And you're trying not to scratch up your nice new lathe work. Again, I have excellent luck using a copper wire brush. It is as soft as the copper in this comm, and it just takes a little bit of bristle, and it works really well when you don't have a huge light here like, you know, in a track, race night, in the dark, over in the side in the pit area. So that is done, and I'm going to put this back in, and even with the 2-cell, this Losi will continue to do wheelies and rock and hopefully keep on driving until I'm an even older man than I am. So we're all done, and like I was saying, you know, this is going to go back in. This thing's going to keep doing wheelies. It's going to keep rocking 3-cell, even with a 10-year-old speed control and a 15-year-old buggy, and it is still going strong. I love this thing. This is my favorite RC car in the entire world right now. Still works great, still set up like a race car, still handles wonderfully. Little worse for the wear. I got a busted A-arm. I do have the spare part to replace it, but they're getting harder to find, so I'm going to see how much more mileage I can get out of this one. And this is just an excellent buggy. The B4.2, the associated that I have, really does not improve on this design. This thing is still really good. It handles excellent. The B4.2 is definitely faster. It's got a coreless motor in it. It handles the 3-cell a lot better. But when it comes to handling, my Losi is set up just the way that I like it. I'm not driving on clay. I do not race this anymore. The parts are too hard to find and I just can't risk it. So I drive out in front of my house and try not to hit anything. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. You know, sorry for any misunderstandings with the first comm cutting video. I just wanted to show the new guys what us old timers used to have to go through. And it was not, you know, lathe porn. I wasn't trying to show you the pure cut of a lathe and just how awesome it is. I just, you know, made a couple passes on a very badly worn comm. Then I put the camera down and finished my work, and you didn't see what it looked like when I put it back in. So I can understand if there was some confusion. Anyway, more power to you. Hope you guys keep on rocking and racing.